This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, Hemlata does not have any question. Alright team, so let's go ahead with the session. So the last we have done, that was your RBP, right? Where we have seen, how we can do your RBP, which is role-based permission. And in your RBP, we have a two thing, which is your manage permission group and manage permission roles. So that's a two thing which we have to do that into your RBP detail, which goes into, and let's move on further. So here we have it your fourth point, which is a corporate data model. And in this corporate data model team, it's a data model. There are total 7 data model we have, which is your corporate data model, succession data model. And if you remember, I think I have also shown you people that there are total 7 data model that we have. And here, if we come into your employee central, in your employee central, you will see all these 7 data model is going to come here. So here we have it your all your data model. So here you can see your corporate data model, your country specific CSF, that stands for country specific corporate data model. Then you have a succession data model. Sorry, this is country specific succession data model, and then your succession data model. Then you have event reason propagation and workflow. So that ways it is total 7 data model, which we have already discussed. Now, what you have to do, it's like, when you talk about your corporate data model, your succession data model, your country specific corporate data model, your country specific succession data model, and then your propagation, event reason, and workflow. Foundation object is not a data model team, but this foundation object is basically, it is combining of your all these 4 data model that we have it here. So this will combine into your all these data model. Now coming back to this, that your all your data model which you have it here, all your 7 data model. See, initially when you will get your system, I mean when the operation team of success factor, they're going to give you the success factor system would be absolutely blank. There would be no standard data in that system. And as usual team, to work with on any of the data, you need some standard data, right? Then only you can copy and you can make it a client specific. So in that case, what you will do, you will download the latest XML file from the SuccessFactor website, or you can email your these file to send to the SuccessFactor support team. What they will do, they will download the latest data model file for you and they will send it to you. So now here you can see these file also, which has a date sequence here, which is in this one, it's like, it is having a B1411. So it means that 2014 and 11, that was that was a first. Okay, which point you did not get, Hemlata?
Ashish, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I am able to hear you.
Okay. So you just said that like when we get the success factor system, like we'll have nothing and we have to, you said something, right?
Yes.
We have to send email or we have to download. How do we do that? Where do we download it from?
Yes, I'll show that to you from where we can download and
Oh,
from where we can see all those detail. All right. Even let's suppose if you have a
okay.
client detail, in that case, see, when if you have ever been a part of a SAP R3 system, you would see it like, whenever you go for client implementation, they always give you that SSN number, right? Through which it's like, you can place your call, and through which you can log a ticket on. So same way, even it happens with your success factor also. With the success factor, they will give you the support team, success factor support team member mail ID and the phone number. So what you can do, if you want to send them a mail asking for the latest data model to download and send it to you, they will download and send it to you. Or else you can also download it from the success factor website that we have it here. Let me finish off with your this detail, then I'll show you from where we can download your success factor data model that we have it here. Then so what you will have to do, you will have to come into your this so here you can see it's like, this is B1411. So 14 means 2014, 11 means November. After this, I did a project that was into 2016 February. Then I did another project which was into 2017, and this is 05, which means May, and this was into your November 2017. I have done the another project which I have it here. So each of your data model, it is different team. Why it is different? That's something I think in maybe when we're going to start it on Monday or Tuesday, it's like you will get to know why it is actually different. Okay, let me I think share detail here only. If you remember, team, we have also discussed this. It's like, that manage organization pay and job structure, and then we have also discussed your managed data. Now, what happens? The difference, see, both the they take care of your corporate data model. Now, why there is a two difference? Because the difference it is that if there is any object which is into your managed data, you can directly go and make changes into your system. But if the object is into your XML, in that case, you will have to, if the object is there into your manage organization pay and job structure, in that case, you will have to come to your XML and you will have to make the changes through XML, which is not directly into the system. So HR people, they find it very complex to work on XML. That is the reason when SAP acquired SuccessFactors, they introduces your managed data. Along with that, they also introduce the Employee Central into your SuccessFactors system, which means before 2014, there was no Employee Central into your SuccessFactors system. All right, so that was the background of your SuccessFactors. It is. So what you will have to do, you will have to download all your latest. Okay, now coming back to this, why there is a host, so many changes into your all these data model. See, what SAP is doing it, they're trying to shift all the object from your managed organization pay and job structure to your managed data. Almost like 80% of the object they have already shifted from here to here. Only just a 20% now, even I think not 20%, even just 15% it is remaining. So those 15%, the one which is remaining, even they are trying to shift here. As soon as that will be shifted, this will be no longer required then. So in that case, when as soon as they're trying to shift here, and whenever it's like that is the reason you can see there is a various data model version here. See, as soon as they shift here, let's suppose they have a cost center, they shift it from here to here. In that case, cost center changes you cannot make into your XML then. All right, so you'll have to make it into your managed data. So that is the reason you have it here, all these different version which you have it here. Anyhow, if it is clear to you, it is fine. If it is not clear to you, again, we will see that something, I think either on Monday or either we will see that on Tuesday. So either of the dates, like, we are again going to see whole this detail. I think then it will be clear to you to like, what actually, this XML and your managed data it is. Now, once you get your XML file, which is in this case, you can see all the 7 data model that you have it here, you will have to upload team into your provisioning system. All right, so this, your XML file, you will have to upload into your provisioning system. So let me open up your provisioning system document, which I have also shared it with you people. So in your this document, you will see your employee central, and then where it is. Employee Center Master Implementation. No, I think it must be here only. Data input. This is the one. No, not this one. Data model. Yeah, this is the one, data model import. So this document also, team, I have shared with you what happens when you will log in into your provisioning system. And after login into your provisioning system, you will have to select your client. See, this is a client that we are using it, ACE4Q4, right? So you'll, once you log in, you will come into your this screen. You click on this one, scroll it down. It's just a 2-step which is there. Come completely down. So here you will see the succession management, and you are seeing all these detail that we have it here. So here you can see, team, leave the first one and start from the second one. You can see import and export data model. Now this import and export data model, it is a, hold on, this is succession, this is this third one. If you look at this is country specific succession data model. Then fourth one, it is your corporate data model, and fifth one, it is your country specific okay, now this is a succession data model. Second one, it is a succession data model. Then third one, it is a country specific succession data model. Fifth one, it is a corporate data model. Then further one, you can see country specific corporate data model. Then you have a propagation, event reason, and workflow. So what will happen? You'll have to upload all these 7 data model one by one that we have it here into the system. So you will come here, and what you will do, you will select your all these data model, the one which we have it here. Obviously the latest one you want to download, like for example the latest one which I have it here, which is your into your 17 2011. So like for example in this one you can see this is a corporate data model. You will select your corporate data model, which is your this detail corporate data model, which is a fourth one. If you select it, it will open up like this. So where you can see your import and export, and here you can see choose your file and select the import option and submit it. So that's the only thing which you people have to do that. All right, so once you import all these 7 data model team, it's nothing team, it's just a one step and it's a two step which is there. So it opens up here and there is nothing much. You select your file and import it into your system. Once you import a team, then you will see your all these data which you have it here, which is going to come into your, like if you come into your admin center, and in your admin center, if you click into your manage data, you will start seeing your all these standard data model is going to come here. Like for example, if I selected my legal entity, so here if I select my legal entity, you're seeing all these detail which is coming up here, right? ACE1 it is team, this is your standard some configuration what the success factor they have provided to you. So you will start seeing your standard configuration, it is coming up here, that will be there for your reference. So what you will have to do, you will have to select it like this, your fourth point, your fifth point, your sixth point, your 7 point, your 9, 10, and 11 point also team, you will have to select your file and you will have to do. But this 3 point, we will again come back to this later on because there is something else also you have to do into your these 3 point. But your first 4 point that you have it here, corporate data model, succession data model, country specific corporate data model, and country specific succession data model, what you will have to do, you will have to select your file and import it. So that was your till your 7 point that we have it. And don't worry team, this is just a import section that you have done it here. Your major section is going to be your foundation object. So in this one there will be whole lot of changes and everything that we're going to do into your foundation object that we have it here. So till 7 point, I hope it is clear to everybody what you people have to do into your fourth, fifth, and sixth, and so as team, even your 9, 10th, and 11 also you will import it into system. But there are some extra detail which you have to take care of it. This is something once we are done with the foundation object, then we're going to talk about this topic that we have it here. Any questions so far? Anybody has it till your 7 point team? Okay. All right, so then let's come here and talk about your, your foundation object team, because this is the most important topic. You will have it into your employee center. So here you have it, your foundation object. What is your foundation object? There is some theory into your foundation object that we have it here. So let's do that theory that we have it into your foundation object, and we're going to see what is your foundation object. Foundation object is being divided into your 4 section. Let's see all those 4 detail that we have it into your foundation object. The first topic that we have it into your foundation object is nothing, it's just a foundation object only. All right, so it's just a same way that you have your foundation object only. What is your foundation object? In this, you don't, you have it all your corporate data model. So whatever we have discussed it into your corporate data model, it's the same topic that you have it into your foundation object also. Then your second topic that we have it into your foundation object, which is your employment object. What is your employment object? Your employment object, it is like some information which is related to the employee and kind of a succession data model. like your compensation information, which is related to the employee. Then you have it your hiring date, because every employee will have it your hiring date, and it is also related to your company, right? Then you will also see this is your employment object. It is not completely personal object. It is partially your personal and partially related to the company also. Then you have it your pay component, right? So your pay component also, which is part of your those section, right? So here you have it your pay component. Then what else, team? Your hiring date, acha, which is we have already done it. Your job information, right? Because everybody will have a different job information. That is your personal also, and at the same time, it is related to your company also. Then once you're done with your employment object, your next topic that we have it into your foundation object, which is your personal object. What is your personal object? That's something which is very personal in nature. Like for example, your contact information, right? So you have it. So team, here also, if you look at this, this is also your personal information, but this partially it is like, it also belongs to the corporate information also. So it is having the mixture of both the detail, like your personal also and your foundation object. But your personal object, it is only your personal in nature, like your contact detail, your address. Then you have it your family detail, right? So these are personal in nature that you have it here. Any other information like emergency contact information, so you have it all your those section, which is into your personal object. And the last object that we have it here, which is a generic object. What is generic object? When SAP was segregating all their data model into your this found all this, so they they could not say put your one object, which is your position. You have only position into your generic object. There is nothing else except for position. So they could not place your position into your foundation object. They could not place it into your employment object. They could not place it into your personal object also. So what they did, they name it here as a generic object that we have it here. So this is what your generic object, that which is coming into your this section that we have it here. Now let's see some more detail, team. Like you will have, see the starting of your this structure, you will see your legal entity. So this will be your legal entity, and below your legal entity you will see your business unit. Right after your business unit you will see your division. Then you will see your department. Then you will see your cost center, right? So these are some of the foundation object that like this you will have your structure into your this system. So let's see further detail that what we can do here. So here you can see the first object that we have it here, which is your foundation object. And so let's talk into detail what is your foundation object. So if we come into your your employee central, and in your employee central, team, remember we have been talking about the workbook, and we discuss your workbook into your introduction to mastery also. And that point of time I showed you just a particular workbook, and then I said it's like I will we will discuss this when we will come into the employee central. Every module, team, will have a your own workbook. So same way success factor also, for employee central also they have a workbook here. So we're going to discuss this workbook one by one, and you people also have this detail. So what happens, it's like once you import your this detail into your success factor system, so the first one you have it here, which is a foundation object, which is actually your this topic, right? Foundation object. So foundation object is nothing, it's just a corporate data model. So let me open your foundation object, which is your this detail, and this is your employment detail, which is your this part of it, employment object, which is the succession data. So if I come here and open up your foundation workbook, so your workbook basically it will look like this. See, once you have imported your XML, you will get your all these standard field, the one which is not highlighted into color. But the one which is coming up here into your highlighted into color, these are the client specific changes that you have it here. Which means that once you get your workbook, your work will be blank like this. So what you will have to do, you will either have to send this information to your client to fill that, or either you will have to sit with them, explain to them, at least one field that what it is and how they have to fill it, and later they will fill it and give it to you, or you take the information from them, you fill it and send it to the client that you have it here. Let me revert it back, all these changes that we have it here. Okay, before we start discussing about this workbook, let's discuss all these details they have mentioned into their workbook. So here you can see your employee central foundation object configuration workbook. And team, this workbook, it is not only there into your employee central, this workbook will be there into your all module that you have it here. Like it will also be having it into your compensation, your goal management, your performance management. So I think goal, performance, compensation, which I would have already shared it with you people, but employee centered workbook. So, all workbook has a similar detail and everything, but, we're going to talk about your employee centered workbook into detail. So here you can see now your workbook team, it is just like your blueprint that you do into your SAP R3 system. So you have seen it's like people they work on a blueprint. So here it is very similar thing. This is a kind of a blueprint that you have it here, but here the majority of information it is already filled. You just have to take out certain information from the client and you have to fill all these. Where do we get this workbook from? Okay, now this workbook from, again you will get that into your SuccessFactors website team. Okay, let me show you where you can get your XML and your workbook from your uh, SuccessFactors website that we have it here. So here in your this detail team, what you're going to do, you will, okay, uh, so if you come into your admin center, so in your admin center you will see your this help and tutorial, which is, I'm not able to hear the will connect again. Okay, Shiva, no problem. Just log out and connect it again. So, so that you can hear me properly. So I'll just wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, looks like Shiva has arrived. Okay, there are another two. Before we talk about this, area team, let's just also talk about some SuccessFactors website where you can see certain information and certain detail. You have a partners.successfactor.com. Partners.successfactor successfactors.com. So hope so this website is still working, because SuccessFactor keep on changing his information and detail team, so at times it gets very difficult, whether what is the actual one what they have it here. So that's the reason it's like, what I started doing, that I started sending a mail to the support team, and whenever I'm doing a fresh implementation I send a mail to the support team, and from there they, oh god, hold on, let me use Google. This is a one website, so they also have another website too. So we will see SuccessFactor partner partners.successfactor.com. This does not looks like it is. Okay, never mind. If this one is not available, so there is another website which is a community dot successfactor.com. Community.successfactor.com. So here in your this website team, if you come here and if you open up your, hope so this website is working. Yeah. So this website is working. So so here you can see, so team, you will require your S user ID. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my S user ID and show you all your this details. So from here you will have it, your all these details. So what is my S user ID? It's very difficult to remember your S user ID also, right? uh, what is that? um Hopefully that I remember my password. Oh yeah, I think it's working. What is this? Legal discrimination of the success factor community. I have understood. Okay, fine. Let's just go ahead and do that. So here you can see, it has authenticated and it has taken me to my home page. And in this case, what will happen? Once you come into your home page, you can see what is team. You know what? Success factor keep on doing something or the other. And I only use my success factor, S user ID when I'm taking a session. Otherwise, any help, which I wanted, what I do, I just send a mail to support team and they do all those detail for me and they download and they send it to me. So here it's like, if you have to download your workbook. So let's suppose if I'll give it here as an employee central workbook, EC workbook. So you will see all those detail is going to come here. Hopefully it should be there. Okay. So here, which one to select? They don't have any workbook here, right? Employee central timesheet. Team, you will have to spend some time into this one, because it's not that easy to find it out, all these information, because they have a lots of problem in e- employee central business workbook rule book, right? Workbook configuration position management workbook, right? So I think here you have it, your employee profile workbook. Let's see that. So here they have already mentioned your workbook and everything, and I think we will be able to download. How do I open it here now? Okay, so let's open it. Okay. So if I open your this section, so here you will see all your workbook and everything. It's coming as something here where I can find. Please visit. See, partners.successfactor we opened, but it did not open for us, right? I believe the access to will be available, but this website did not open for us. And they again saying to go to your partner.successfactor.com. This website is not working. So, team, at times, it is actually difficult to figure it out where actually it is, because creating a business rule, creating a ORD workbook, candidate profile to employee central hyperlink. Okay, let's do one thing. Workbook. Anything open here? ORD workbook, CDP, ONB. Configuration workbook. Yeah, this is for LMS. Configuration workbook. This can be. Okay, this website is not working for us, team. I'm not sure why it is not working. The partner.successfactor.com. But here, if we come here. Okay, but here it is. You can see the workbook, what they have it here, right? So if I download your this section, you can see there is a one workbook, which is your 15/2011, which means your which one is that? This is your 2015 and November, but this is not a workbook. This is a config workbook. We just came across something else. We were looking for workbook. We just came across something else, which is B11 learning workbook. Let's see what is this. So if I come here into your this section, where is that B11? B11 workbook, I don't see that anything coming here. Oh, this is the one. This is a learning workbook. This is not a workbook, team. Any workbook can't be in your Word document. This is something else. So here you can see all your this detail and section that you have it here. Let's hope so we find something here. Or otherwise, what you can do, the easiest option that you, okay, let's try for something else. If we don't find it, I'll show you what is the easiest option that you have it here. What is this workbook? It's still not opening. Array, what is this here? God knows what is all this. Oh, oh, this is your LMS detail, team. This is your learning management solution. It's not your. Okay, let's search for your XML if we find something here. Hopefully, oh, something was coming. XML, if I put that here, what was coming here? Update requisition. No, we don't want this. ORD configuration workbook implementation. This is a LMS. Okay, it is not showing your all the workbook, team. It is only showing the limited. Okay, the easiest option, team, what you can do, you can come here, help and tutorial, and here you will find everything. So here you will find everything into this section. So here also you will require your. Can we get? No, Shiva, this is my credential. How can I share my credential with you? This is my certification credential. Once you clear your certification, you can get your this whole detail. I can, if you want something, I can download and I can send it to you. That's something which I can do it for you. But this is my credential, Shiva. I don't think so I would be able to share it. Right? So, okay, let's come back to my audio is an issue. Yeah, Shiva, even I am also not able to hear anybody. Hello? Team, are you able to hear me? All right. So then, once you come into your this section, so which is a help dot sap.com, so which you can actually select your help and tutorial from here. Once you come into your this section, team, you need to come into your, this is your all success factor calibration compensation. This is your employee central. So just click on your employee central. Once you click into your employee central, you will see, oh, what is, we have updated our privacy statement as a part of our commitment today. Okay, I don't know what is all these detail what they are saying here. So here, if I come into this section, where is that another thing on? Okay, so here we have it your this section, which is your this detail team, and so here you will have to a bit struggle, employee central master data model pick list, other data model file DTD file. I think this is the one. Let's open your DTD file and see what it is. Is doing an authentication. So if we come into your this section, I think, oh God, now this is going to my old system ID and password. How do I change this? how do I put that information here? Login, right? I can even log in into your this section. I don't remember even my password for this. Is my previous to previous company detail. So here, if I come into your this section, I don't know whether it's going to work also or not. Oh, it worked. Okay, I think. Okay, so where we are. So let me just. Okay, so here, if I come into your this section, so where we were, we have this other file configuration, right? So let's open up your this sec. You can see, team, there is something which has downloaded, right? So I think this is a file that you have it here. So if I open up your other configuration file, let's hope so we got the those detail. Oh, it has only the event recent workflow and the propagation. Oh, but this is for 2014 and 8. This is for 2014. This is not the latest one, team. Employee central data, latest data model. Something is again downloading here. Okay, but team, like this only you can see all these section and everything here. So if this is the one, it is fine. If this is not the one, then I'm not going to spend much time on this. But I hope so this is the one because it's taking lots of time to download. So like this, here you will find all your XML plus your workbook that you have it here. So you can see there's a lot of detail which is coming into this section, team, configuration file, and another section detail which is working here. So if we come into your this sections, oh god, that's quite a lot of file that we have it here, right? So you can see employee central master data model. So you just need to come and use your S user ID to log in into your employee central this section. And I think then you will be, you will also find lots of book and everything here, team, which I have actually never downloaded, which I never felt, because I was already trained by SAP directly. And, so they trained me directly here. So that's how I actually came into your this section. So here, if I come here, looks like there is some issue which is happening with the login because one of you is just coming and another is going. So here, if I unlock your this extract your this file that we have it here. So here, if we come into your this section, so let's hope so this is a configuration file that we, yes, team, this is a configuration file. So here you can see your, this is your 1805, which is the latest data model that you have it here. Shiva, are you there? Hello? Team? Okay, I don't know where they gone, both of them. Hello?